Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Tuesday, the 23rd of February. First up, senior infants, we are going to correct yesterday's phonics in our Over the Moon, page 78. First, we had to ring all the pictures that had the sound. So circle has the Boat does not. Shirt does. Shoes does not. Third, as in third place, does. So give it a tick. And rainbow does not. So give it an X. Next, you had to trace all your special friends. That is I, R, I, R, I, R. And you had to match it with the picture. So first one was stir. The cook will stir the mixture. Dirt. I will sweep up the dirt. Sir. Hello, sir. Sir is another way of saying a man. Skirt. Twirl. The girl will twirl around. Here we had a picture of a girl. Girl. Next, a picture of a bird. 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 B-I-R-D. Bird. Here we have a medal showing first place. First. First. F-I-R-S-T. Here I've underlined my special friends, and let's read it together. 1, 2, 3. The girl put on her skirt. She did a twirl. It was her birthday. Next, you're going to continue with your bossy R sound, but your new special friend today is you are making the sound. So if you open up your Over the Moon to page 82, I want you to click this link and watch the video that has the sound, as in you are. When you've finished, I want you to write today's date, 23.2, on top of the page. Just as you did yesterday, in activity A, you're going to ring the pictures that have the sound. So nurse, nurse has the sound, so you circle it. If it does not have the sound, you cross it out. Activity B, you trace your special friend, read the word out loud and match it to the picture. Fur. The bear has fur. In activity C, you look at the picture and say the word and spell it. It is the boy can surf. Surf. And then finally, in activity D, you underline your special friends and read your paragraph out loud. Best of luck, boys and girls. First up, boys and girls, we are going to correct yesterday's activity. So our first word was drop. D-R-O-P. D-R-O-P, drop. Next word was ring. R-I-N-G. Ring. R-I-N-G. Next one was crab. K-R-A-B. Crab. C-R-A-B. Crab. Now we'll do our first spelling of the day. Our initial blend today is D and R blending together to make dr. 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 Say it with me. Dr. 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 So first spelling, D-R-A-G, drag, drag. Drag means to pull something that's quite heavy. So pretend you're pulling Santa's big sack of toys along the floor. Drag. What type of word is that? It's a doing word, so colour it red, please. It's a verb. The word rag, which is an old piece of cloth or clothes, is hidden in drag. Next spelling. D-R-O-P, drop, drop. Pretend that you're holding a toy in your hand and drop it. Pretend that you picked up a pencil and drop it. What type of word is drop? It's a doing word, so colour it red, please. It's a verb. And final spelling today, D-R-O-M, dr-o-m, drum. Drum the table, boys and girls. Pretend that you're pointing to a drum. Drum can be two types of words. It can be a doing word and it can be a noun because it's a thing. So colour it half red and half yellow, please. Then when you've practiced tracing your spellings, and remember tall letters tall, small letters small, and long letters long, move to activity C. Here you have got your slug and you have to find your words that are hidden in it and write them. So the first one was drop, D-R-O-P, drop. Remember to send a photo when you're done, boys and girls. Next, boys and girls, we're going to be learning line 3 and 4. So I'll show you our actions and you can repeat after me. And when I'm tired, I float, pretending that I'm a boat. Again. And when I'm tired, I float, pretending that I'm a boat. Now let's put that together with our first two lines, boys and girls. Swimming in the water, cool and bright, I kick my feet with all my might. And when I'm tired, I float, pretending that I'm a boat. Practice that now in your own time, boys and girls. Inis bucali agus Colini, tá sé an am don Gaelga. Dús, I want you to listen to our video from yesterday. You'll be listening to this every day this week and be remembering the sounds and how to say the different sentences. Remember the first one was Bhí na páistí sa seomra sí. Then I want you to go and listen to our Irish poem of the month, Cúla Misha Éinín. In Irish this week, you have an activity to complete. You have until Friday to do it. I want you to create your own mini story, your scéal as Gaeilge. I want you to take a photo of you and your family sa seomra sí. Use yesterday's story and the phrases you've learned during home learning to help you create your story. Record your story and send a video on your Class Dojo portfolio. Senior infants, I want you to be able to say at least 4 sentences to describe your photo. And first class, I'd like you to write and read at least 6 sentences. 6 Oberty. On the next slide, I'll show you more how to do that. So here I've taken another photo of a family on Clon sa seomra sí. Here I've kept my first sentence the same. Bhí na páistí sa seomra sí. Bhí mommy ina si an tullag. Bhí leabhar ag mommy. Bhí si ag léamh. Bhí lampa an mór. Bhí cat an mór. Bhí níomh ina si an talamh. Bhí crián ag níomh. Bhí níomh ag scríobh. Bhí oisín ag rith. Bhí daddy ag caint. See, boys and girls, I've made up a brand new story all about an clán sa seomra sí. It's so easy to do because you've learned so many phrases throughout the last 2 months and so much vocabulary. So I can't wait to see your photos and hear your descriptions. Buin tanna vas bucali agus Colini. Boys and girls, we are going to correct yesterday's maths, your story of 5 and your story of 6. So, our first story is the story of 5. Usually, whatever number our story is, you just add one more number to that to tell you how many ways to make it. So, 1 more than 5 is 6, so I'm going to write number 1 all the way to 6 in a vertical row going down, a vertical column going down. Then I skip a box across. My first way to make 5 is 0 plus 5 equals 5. Give that a tick if you had that number sentence anywhere in your story of 5. Next, I'm just going to swap those two numbers around. 5 plus 0 equals 5. So give that number sentence a tick if you had it. Next, 1 plus 4 equals 5. Swap those numbers around, gives me 4 plus 1 equals 5. Next, 2 plus 3 equals 5. And swap those numbers around, gives me 3 plus 2 equals 5. And those are the 6 ways to make 5 by adding 2 numbers. Next, our story of 6. 1 more than 6 is 7. So I'm going to write the number 1 all the way to 7 in my column going down. I like to put a little dot, as you know, after each number. So, first one, again, I'll start with 0. What do I add to 0 to make 6? 0 plus 6 equals 6. And you see how I'm giving each digit and each sign its own box. I swap those two numbers around and it gives me 6 plus 0 equals 6. Give those two a tick if you had them anywhere in your number story. Next, 1 plus 5 equals 6. I swap that around and it gives me 5 plus 1 equals 6. Next, 2 plus 4 equals 6. I swap those two numbers around and it gives me 4 plus 2 equals 6. And finally, 3 plus 3 equals 6. And that is how I make my story of 6. Hope you all enjoyed it, boys and girls. Next up, boys and girls, you are revising your story of 7 and story of 8 by watching these videos. Again, I want you to write your stories of 7 and 8 just like we do in class and just like you did yesterday. Remember, for every number, there is that number and one more ways to make it. So for 7, 1 more than 7 is 8. So you should have about 8 different ways to make the number 7. The number 8, 1 more than 8 is 9. So you should have 9 different ways to make the number 8. Best of luck, boys and girls. Okay, so boys and girls and senior infants, you're going to be reading the rest of your book today. But before we do so, I want us to catch up on our questions from yesterday. Question 1 was, who was in the setting of the story? Well, in the setting, there was Mr. Lillis, the classmates, and Tom and Peter. Question 2, where were they? Well, boys and girls, they were in the school yard. Number 3, what were they doing? They were playing outside. They were playing all kinds of sports. Number 4, what phrase means the same as being nervous? Well, it was on page 4. Having the jitters means to be nervous. And question 5, what was the problem in the story? Well, the problem in the story was that Tom couldn't play hurling. Why? Because he didn't have the right boots. So let's find out today how this problem will be resolved. Happy reading, boys and girls. Remember to read out loud to somebody in your family. Now, boys and girls, that you've finished reading your story, I want you to go back and do some after reading activities. Look at the illustration of Mr. Lillis on page 8. Describe the kit he's wearing. Then, Meg and Mel want a new pair of runners each. What solution did Mom suggest? Question 3. How did Tom and Peter celebrate Tom's point? Finally, I want you to make a connection with the story. How would you celebrate a victory with your friends? I hope you enjoyed the book, boys and girls. Well done.